All right, guys, welcome back to another Star Wars with Daddies stream and podcast.
Daddy, no daddies.
Yeah, it's just a dad today. Anyways, I'm here. We're doing it. It is me and your mother. Um, Bad Batch is over. Sadly, it was loved, but it's over. So we're only left with Mandalorian and the hype for Star Wars Celebration, which starts tomorrow. So sadly, there's really no Star Wars community news besides, oh, this might get announced at Star Wars Celebration tomorrow. So I literally have nothing to talk about besides The Mandalorian. But thankfully, there's a little bit to talk about The Mandalorian because this week's episode was somewhat controversial. And the whole series, as really most recent, it's just controversial in general. So we're kind of past, like I said, Star Wars news. I'll probably be updating and doing videos through the whole week as we go. Just because things are being announced, projects, all that, updates. But for Mandalorian, right out of the box, I'm gonna give it a. I can't really decide what I want to give it out of. Let me talk about it, and then I'll give you a secure feeling about it. But to start off with, it was kind of a filler. We left off on Bo-Katan and Din Djarin and Grogu are off to unite the two clans, the Children of the Watch clan and Bo-Katan's whatever. They're mercenaries now clan. And so the clan that Bo was with originally is now off as mercenaries and they're working for people. And right now they're working for this planet to act as a security detail. And we see, Bo and Din try to show up and, get to talk to them, but the Duchess and the King need a job done. And to start off with, the Duchess and the guy, the King. The King is Jack Black, which is a weird cameo in itself. But it gets weirder when we see the Duchess is Lizzo, which, I mean, it's just kind of a weird thing in general. I don't. It's not necessarily a terrible thing, but it's weird. And then we get more cameos with Christopher Lloyd, the mad scientist guy from Back to the Future. He plays as the head of security. So it's a full thing of cameos, which is just not really something Star Wars has ever really done. I mean, they've had cameos, but it's like, cameos from characters from other series. Like, we'll say Cad Bane or, it's the Zeb from Rebels in the last episode of Mandalorian, right? But not celebrities and actresses from other, installments. It's just kind of a weird thing in itself. And then we get, so their security is battle droids. And I'm talking about battle droids by the Separatist.
Sorry.
Battle droids from the Separatists. But some of these battle droids from the Separatists that are now, good, per se, have kind of gone rogue and are disrupting peace. And so Bo-Katan and Din Djarin are tasked with figuring out what's going on with this. And it's kind of a filler episode in that way. But then we just get more nonsense that a super battle droid, they find one of these rogue super battle droids, and it starts moving like a commando droid. Like it's jumping, flipping, and doing all these crazy things, throwing boxes, spinning. And if you've ever seen a super battle droid in any Star Wars installment, you know they're like one of the slowest things to exist. They're very slow. You've never seen them move. I mean, you saw Twitter blow up and say, man, the super battle droids move like this in the Clone Wars. The Republic would have got their butts mopped by the Separatists because this is just ridiculous, right? Why are they moving like that? They outran Bo-Katan and Mandalorian. It's just a little bit of nonsense, and so that whole thing is kind of resolved, and that in itself is pretty just weird. It's not really bad, and it's not the greatest, but it's not the worst. But this is where most people get pretty pissed off. I don't really care because this doesn't bother me. But Bo-Katan tries to go and take back her, clan. And Axe Wolf, the dude that we saw with her and Koska Reeves originally in The Mandalorian, he is now the leader of Bo-Katan's clan. And he says, you're not the leader anymore. And she says, well, I challenge you. And so they fight, and they have a pretty interesting fight. The choreography is pretty good. Everything's good. But then he's like, yeah, you win, but you can't be the rightful ruler of Mandalore because you don't have the Darksaber, which, leaves us back on the same problem when we left off of the end of season 2. The Mandalorian says, well, you beat the guy who beat me. So back on Mandalore, that, Grievous looking thing who beat Mandalorian and captured him, and Grogu had to go get Bo-Katan. Then Bo-Katan came and saved him. Mandalorian says, well, he beat me and you beat him, so technically that means you can have a Darksaber. All right. And so they all accept it, like, yep, that's how it works. She gets the Darksaber and they're ready to unite, and that's how it ends. So a lot of people hate that, and they just think it's like, really? It's kind of dumb. I'm not really in that boat. I don't think it really matters that much. I mean, we've seen Bo-Katan just take the Darksaber right from Sabine Wren in Rebels. So, I mean, at least they had some logic with this. Whereas in Rebels, there was no logic. She just gave it to her. So what happens with that? You know what I mean? Like, there's always these little things that you can try to fix, but I don't know. I think it's a little silly, but it's better than nothing. And I guess a lot of people did not like it. But as I'm thinking about it, there wasn't a whole lot of things I didn't really like besides the super battle droid moving like it's a parkour expert. Besides that, I didn't mind it. I think I'd give like a 6 though. The whole, Lizzo and Jack Black and Christopher Lloyd being in it was just kind of a weird vibe. It's like Star Wars isn't really known for its cameos. In fact, Star Wars has never really been big on having big name actors or actresses. It's kind of been the opposite. They make the actors and actresses make their names from being in Star Wars, not vice versa. Few exceptions like Harrison Ford, but I mean, even then, he kind of got big because of Star Wars and Indiana Jones. But nonetheless, this was just a little bit of a weird episode. Let me know what you guys think about it. I'm very interested to see, besides big name YouTubers and streamers, what everyone else thinks about this episode, because this whole series has been kind of weird. The pacing's been really good. That's something I have enjoyed, but the direction of the plot has just been all over the place. And I just kind of interested what you guys think about that. And then, like I said, though, the Star Wars community is relatively quiet. We're waiting for Star Wars Celebration tomorrow. Hopefully some big things to be revealed. We have the 3 movies to be talked about. Apparently a Star Wars Sith show coming out. So maybe like Tales of the Jedi, maybe like Tales of the Sith, because that would be a pretty good counterpart, a sequel to that. I think most people are expecting that. But besides that, there's not really much to talk about in the community. Like I said, though, I really want what you guys think. Please comment in YouTube comments or podcast comments what you guys thought of this latest Mandalorian episode, because I mean, that whole thing, Mandalorian lost to the cyborg lost to Bo-Katan, Bo-Katan's the rightful wielder of the Darksaber. Does that math really matter? Should it not play out like that? Because a lot of people are up in arms about it, and I personally am not that. I understand it's a little bit dorky, but like I'm not too bothered by it. But I want to know. Maybe some of you guys are. Maybe I need to be up in arms about it. I don't know. But yeah, with that, let me know what you guys think. With that, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Every week, Star Wars with Daddies 7. We're gonna switch it from 7:30 to 7 for now because Afton isn't here, and usually we start at 7:30 because he works at 7:30. So we'll just go right back to 7 for now. And then if you're on podcast, don't forget to hit that follow and download. If you're on YouTube watching this at a later time, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. And then, like I said, guys, I really want to know what you guys think about this in the comments. But I guess also, if you haven't already, I'll plug it. We have a Twitter and an Instagram, Master Apprentice. It's our official Twitter and Instagram. I have everything opened up, so if you guys want to, share your opinion on there, tag me, and I'll look on there as well. So let me know what you guys think about this, all of it. With that, we hope you guys enjoyed this stream /episode /podcast. And with that, we will see you guys and then next one. Peace out.